Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently one day away from the financial report. I would, under most circumstances, be thinking about finding somewhere else to go right now, particularly if there's a flashpoint nearby. There kind of isn't. Okay, so there's basically nothing around us. Fantastic. So we're not going to be traveling just yet. Now, our mech warriors are definitely all currently fatigued. Sure. Let's tick forward 2 days. That does mean we have to take the financial report. We're completely fine here. No worries. So we'll do that, and we'll tick forward one more day here. Actually, 2 more days in total to get the chameleon back. We don't really care so much about these engine repairs just yet. I want to check the mech bay, make sure that everything's good. It absolutely is. And let's check our mech warriors, see if anybody needs any training. Paladin could use a point of piloting, I suppose.
Yep.
Pacifist, what do you do? Wolverine. Tactics.
Mech warrior training.
Rain, Savarok, and Succubus. Succubus can take a point of gunnery. That'll be fine. And then we are ready to deploy. Let's see what's available. Because we just got a new tick here, I think this refreshed. Yes, it did, and there are some interesting options here. Like this one. 2.5 skulls. 627 salvage, and relatively high pay. Against Davians, or actually this is 4 Davians, right? Against local government. Okay. Not the best, but we're going to crank up that salvage, and we're just going to deploy this. Fantastic. So this is an escort in desert. We will run a little hotter than we're used to in desert, but that's fine. We definitely do have some mechs with some heat issues, especially since a lot of our mech designs were made in a tundra planet. So, that's a thing, to be sure. But it'll be okay. We'll just have to be a little bit cautious. The real question is, do we run into a heavy? And if we do we get a heavy out of this? We're so close on so many heavies at this point. We'll see what we're up against. This is an escort mission, so we could be up against at least 3 lances, in theory. Or rather, at most 3 lances. There could be a blocking force, there could be a force that spawns when we spawn the convoy, and then a force that spawns at the end when we get the convoy to the evac point. But we need to escort the convoy to safety and escape. We've had reports of local government activity near one of our outlying bases. Unfortunately, we already have a supply convoy in the field, and it will be easy prey for a force of mechs. We need you to rendezvous with the convoy and protect it while it's being evacuated. Not much to say, Commander. Davian made a tactical fumble, and we're gonna bail them out. Indeed. Fingers crossed that we run into some heavies here. Okay, the convoy is up over here. There's no blocking force. Okay. We'll spawn about like that. And brace everybody. There we go. Oh wow, the evac point is really close. Shadowhawk and a trebuchet. Not the best I've ever seen, and an Ostrock and a Clint. Ostrocks are heavy, aren't they? I think an Ostrock is heavy, but we don't have any Ostrock parts as far as I can recall. We're going to move on up over this way with our chameleon as quick as we can. We're going to potshot that Shadowhawk. That said, it's round 3 and they still have their evasive pips. I definitely didn't expect that. Oh, they just spawned. That's right. I should have thought of that then.
Locking on target.
Well, we missed with that mech, but we're going to reserve from here on out. Until they move. The Clint moves up. Does not fire. Let's let these guys move. Shadowhawk closes in. Fires on our chameleon, barely touches it. Fantastic. We're going to reserve. The Ostrak closes in, does not fire. We don't know when this trebuchet moves, but actually we do. It's right now. Last reservation.
Standing by.
The trebuchet closes in, does not fire.
Awaiting orders.
Okay. This is our long-range Centurion here. We're going to pop over here. And we're going to fire on that Clint. Hit odds are not the greatest that I've ever seen. We're only going to fire in X1 mode.
Firing a full salvo.
We did get some damage in there.
What do you need?
Our close-in Centurion is going to sprint as in as it can, but that's not very in. Why can't I brace here? I guess I accidentally didn't click on sprint there. Perfect. The Hunchback is going to move to this position here.
Affirmative.
And I'm betting that our hit odds are going to be best on that Hunchy. I'm going to switch this over into Listen Kill just so we can compare that. 20% in Listen Kill on that Trebuchet, actually. That's, I think, our best hit odds, right? No, Artemis on the Clint is still the best hit odds. Okay. Light him up.
Engaging.
Some armor reduction there, we'll take it.
Receiving you.
Our Clint is going to sprint on in,
No shooting, just running.
and we're going to pot shot their Clint.
On it.
No hit, but that's fine.
Negative damage. Repeat, negative damage.
What can I
Okay.
do for you?
These vehicles are going to move in kind of slowly. We'll fire on that Shadowhawk.
Uh-huh.
Sure, 20 damage. That's 20 damage more than I was expecting to
Good
get
to
out of
know.
these vehicles, if I'm honest. I think I'll sprint to this position here
Got it. Max
with the
speed,
Prowler,
No shooting.
and we'll fire on that Shadowhawk as well. We could hot load the LRM, but it's not useful right now. Okay, a little bit of armor damage on the
Waiting for
Shadowhawk.
orders.
And we can position the ordnance transport here. It's not a great spot for it. This thing is quite weak.
Take this.
Okay, 24 more damage.
I hear ya.
And we definitely want to put this Prowler as in the line of fire as we can compared to that ordnance transport.
All weapons are go.
Okay, we got a decent chunk of damage out of the vehicles there.
I hear ya.
The Stealth is now going to sprint up as it possibly can.
Got it. Max speed, no shooting.
And we're going to pot shot the Clint, but it's extremely unlikely. Yeah, only 5 damage.
Receiving you.
And the Wolverine will also sprint in as it can. I don't like that LOS. This is a better LOS block.
Speed. Target acquired.
Okay. We didn't backstab anybody with the binary laser. That's what matters there. Now our stealth moves in, and we are going to get very aggressive here. We're going to move up to here. And yeah, that Ostrak is indeed a heavy. Let's see. 23.8. Hit odds are far better on this Shadowhawk, and that's what we're going to go for. That was a foot destruction, and the Shadowhawk is unsteady.
Huh?
The Clint moves now. We'll see what he does. That's completely fine. We don't mind that. Of all of the units to attack, that's probably the best. That Ostrak is very laser heavy. Okay, splitting its damage. I like that too.
Okay, that was bad.
No, that was fine, actually. That was completely okay.
Hard.
We are going to sprint up with our Wolverine, I think. Yeah, we'll position here.
Aye, aye.
And we'll check the hit odds on the Shadowhawk. The Shadowhawk is the obvious choice right now. There just isn't another choice.
Acknowledged.
There's that leg destruction. That's a knockdown on the Shadowhawk, a PPC destruction. Panic level critical on that pilot. And the pilot's bleeding out currently.
Waiting on you, Commander.
We're going to position nowhere with the transport. We're going to reserve it.
Got something.
The Chameleon is going to close in over this way. I think here is the best position for us.
Moving to position.
I'm willing to bet the Shadowhawk is going to be our best target here by a pretty wide margin. Yeah. We're going to go for high explosive ammo here for sure. Took out that torso. Very nice.
Target's taking a critical
That's an
hit.
injury resistance. Okay.
Ready for orders.
So our Clint is going to close in over this way, and it can only engage
way.
these two. That's completely fine. Who do we want to attack here? Probably their Clint, in which case I think short-range targeting is the way to go. It is indeed.
Copy that.
We did miss with that PPC. Unfortunate.
Waiting
it's
for
okay.
orders.
So this tank is going to step forward here. And we are going to go for, ideally, the kill on that Shadowhawk.
Yeah, critical
No
hit.
pilot ejection
Go.
there. The Prowler is going to move to here.
Moving to position.
And the Ostrock is the obvious choice here.
Affirmative.
Carve off a little bit of armor there. Phase 16 is going to be their Trebuchet. We'll see what it does. Charges our stealth. Now that's going to be a knockdown onto that stealth. Which is going to hurt.
Oh, I'm bleeding, Commander.
That was an effective charge. We should be okay, though, for now. We've got 8 rounds.
Standing by.
So, our long-range Centurion is going to position here.
On the move.
And we have a clear line of sight on that Trebuchet. Light him up.
Give him everything I've got.
That was a lot of damage to that Trebuchet.
I will be done.
Our Hunchback is going to position here,
Onward.
and is also going to hit the Trebuchet.
Firing.
And that's a dead Trebuchet. Perfect.
Hope we can salvage that.
Let's see here. Next up, this Centurion. Okay. What is our best position here? We could head out that way, or we could head out this direction. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to fire on that Ostrock with precision AC-20 ammo. Hope that we don't backstab here, although it is a possibility. Not too bad.
Damage minor.
Okay.
What can I
Next
do
up,
for
the
you?
Ordnance Transport is going to position here. And we're going to fire on that Shadowhawk.
Got it.
We missed. I'll be honest, I didn't expect to miss that
That
one.
would be a miss.
I did think that would be a
Waiting for
kill.
orders.
But the Prowler can still close in here
On my
and
way.
finish the job. Not the right torso. CT.
Got it.
There we go.
That's a critical hit.
He should have ejected there. But I guess he doesn't want to. He gets up. Does nothing. Okay. Sounds good.
Minor damage.
And then
This
ejects.
done, folks.
He shot and then ejected. Okay.
Standing by.
Well, that's very strange, but we're going to position up here with our Clint.
Copy that.
I think I'm not going to fire the Rocket 20 just yet. We're going to not fire the ERPPC and just look to laser off some armor here.
Engaging.
Good armor reduction there.
I think I hit something good.
I agree. So their Clint moves next. Actually, it's the Ostrock. Firing on that Ordnance Transport. His armor's holding. And this guy's overheating. I like it. Their Clint is going to fire on nothing. I'm actually shocked and flummoxed that they didn't attack our stealth there.
Good to go.
It was just free. But okay. We're going to move up with our Wolverine, and we're going to laser off what armor we can off of that Ostrock. Do we accept this overheat? I think we don't fire the binary laser here.
Engaging target.
Wow, we missed almost everything there. Okay.
Commander?
I mean, our hit odds weren't the best, I suppose, so it's okay. We're going to position here with the Prowler. And we're going to hit that Ostrock side arc.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Take off what armor we can.
Good to go.
And we're going to position here.
Got it.
Once again, take off what armor we can.
This should be good.
That's some armor reduction there.
I
Perfect.
hear ya.
The J-37 is going to sprint to try to keep up.
Affirmative.
And we're going to continue
Firing everything
to
I've
fire
got.
on that Ostrock. 24 more damage. Perfect.
Waiting for orders.
Our Chameleon is, at this point, going to walk in. And we're going to rear arc kick this guy. Do it.
Heading out.
Solid hit there.
I hope we can salvage that.
Well, that Ostrock is dead. Okay. I definitely didn't expect that, but sure. We're going to move up with our Centurion. Not like it can actually do anything. I was
Commander?
planning on using it to attack the Ostrock there,
On
but
my way.
okay. I guess we'll just have to lob LRMs at this Clint for now.
Good to go.
Not like it's the best of options. I guess the Prowler can shoot at it.
All weapons are go.
Little bit of damage there. Not a whole lot.
Standing by.
Our Hunchback is going to walk in a little bit and
walking here.
continue to fire on this guy up here. Actually, hit odds are too bad. We're not even gonna try.
Commander?
The stealth gets up. We've got 8 activations remaining here.
Back to standing. Standing by.
And we're going to position here.
Coordinates received.
And we're going to light up that Clint. Actually, we're going to do basically no damage to it. We're going to sink a little heat and pot shot. Okay. Next up,
Yes, Commander.
our Clint is going to walk in here. And we're required to punch him. I guess I'll save the Rocket 20 in case there's another Lance.
Putting my weight into it.
We did miss that, unfortunately.
Failed to connect.
Some okay rear arc damage there, though.
Critical hit, Commander. Good to go.
And now our stealth can come in to this rear arc as well. In fact, our stealth can probably find a secondary melee location, can't it? Yes, it can. Fantastic.
Got it.
Do it. That's a successful kick. There we go. Perfect.
Enemy down. All out of SRM.
Okay, so our Chameleon is now going to come over here. We don't know where other enemies might spawn. Maybe out here, maybe over here. It's hard to say. We'll sink some heat, and we're definitely going to start sprinting in our slower mechs. That's for sure.
Waiting on you, Commander.
The Ordnance Transport is going to position just outside here.
Waiting for orders.
The Prowler will be able to reach next round.
What can I do for you?
Okay, and then
Ready for orders.
our Wolverine is going to come over this direction.
I copy.
Commander?
And once again, we're just going to position right outside the
Commander.
escort zone.
Yeah?
And sprint in here. We'll exit combat after this round.
I'm your spaniel. Let's move.
Okay. Exiting combat. Fantastic. So, I think it's unlikely that they come in here. I think it's much more likely that they come in over this way.
Coordinates.
Yep, I'm aware that we're bleeding out over here.
On my way.
Moving to position.
We're just going to close in over this direction for now.
Moving to position.
And the Prowler will position right there. Okay, now we know where they are.
Commander. Hold
Good.
this position until the package is underway.
On my
So
way.
we will position all of these right around here. At the end of this round, they'll take off. Let's see what they've got over here. They've got a Viper, a Hollander, and a Wraith. Okay, that's a little bit spooky.
What's up, boss?
We're going to engage them with our chameleon. And they've also got a swordsman that we didn't know about. Okay. Our best hit odds are on their wraith, but our hit odds are pretty low. I'm going to vigilance this chameleon because it's exposed, and these guys do a lot of damage, to be clear. I don't want to hit the swordsman. I want to hit the wraith.
Target locked.
Okay, we didn't hit the wraith. That's okay.
Negative damage. Repeat. Negative damage.
So let's see what they do. They're going to move their Viper here. It does not fire. Sure. The Wraith moves up. Does fire on the Chameleon. Hits a lot on this side. But we didn't take very much damage because we vigilanced.
Orders?
At this point, the Clint can move up this direction to engage. We're going to close in. And I think we probably are going to fire on the Wraith here. Yes, indeed we are. Light him up.
Copy that.
That's a good amount of damage there.
Ready to get it on.
Our Wolverine is going to close in as it can. I was assuming they would drop on the other side, but they didn't.
I copy.
Okay, a little bit more damage there.
Commander?
Our stealth is definitely in a sketchy position here. This would be exposing the left-hand side to them. Honestly, I think we maybe just want to hold the stealth in reserve for now. And so we shall. Swordsman closes in. Fires on the Prowler, we don't care.
Commander?
This is our long-range Centurion here. We're going to
Moving
get
out.
what we can in terms of LOS, and then fire probably on that Swordsman. That's a solid LOS there, and we have good hit odds. Not the best firing that we've ever seen, but it'll do. We're going to sprint in with this Centurion. And we're going to fire on whoever our hit odds are best on. It's going to be the Swordsman.
Copy that.
That was some nice stray shots there, actually. Both of those took some heavy damage. The Hollander is going to shoot at nothing. Well, it's not using that Gauss rifle. We're okay with that. So all we can do is lob the LRM-10s with these vehicles. 27% on the Swordsman, and that's what we'll take.
I hear ya.
This one does not have LOS.
Waiting on you, Commander.
This one is out of LOS.
Order?
And now our Hunchy can close in a little bit.
On my way.
And it's gonna have to be the Swordsman. We're gonna fire Artemis, and hopefully get into that torso a little bit for some crits.
Feel my wrath.
Ooh, I did not expect an ammo explosion, but we'll take it. Always solid.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, this Prowler has an LRM-10. We will use that to fire on this Wraith. Light him up.
Got it.
Okay, that, she took it literally, but sure.
Objective secured.
So the convoy is now out of here. Fantastic. And we are
Good to go.
still going to hold the stealth in reserve, I think. Let's move the Chameleon up this way to engage the Hollander and the Viper. Probably, ideally, the Hollander. We can position, say, here. The Chameleon's a bit overextended, so we're going to vigilance it. And we're going to fire on that Hollander. Our odds are not the best, but we'll see what we can get. Why are our odds low, anyway? No sensors. Okay.
Copy that.
That'll do.
Waiting for orders.
Our stealth is going to close in over this way and expose its right side.
Sprinting.
We're also going to vigilance it. And hit that Wraith right in its weak side. That's a hand destruction, but overall not too much more.
Critical hit, Commander.
That's okay.
Waiting for orders.
The Clint is going to close in right into here.
Let's move.
Light this guy up, including with the rockets, but not the ERPPC.
Acknowledge.
We got an engine crit there.
I think I hit something good. I'm out of SRMs.
That must have been a through armor engine crit. The Wraith is going to close in and attack our Chameleon side arc. It does manage to hit all 3 pulses of that large pulse laser, but that's fine. It's just making itself more of a target, in all honesty. At this point, the Viper is going to move, and it moves over. Goes for the stealth and misses everything. That's great. Now the Hollander moves. Potentially dangerous here. Also misses with that Gauss rifle. Perfect.
Orders.
Okay, our Wolverine is going to position here.
Roger.
Checking hit odds. It's got to be the Wraith.
All weapons are go.
That wasn't great, if I'm honest. In fact, it was pretty bad. We're going to close in with our enclosed Centurion. Once again, we're probably going to go for the Wraith here. Yes.
Take this.
Not the greatest damage I've ever seen
20
there
almost
either.
gone.
At least it's
Awaiting
unsteady.
orders.
Our long-range Centurion is going to move
Roger
up, does
that.
not have LOS on the Wraith, but it does have LOS on the Hollander. Pretty solid damage there.
Scored a critical hit.
I'm receiving you.
Our Hunchback is going to move up and also has LOS on that Hollander, whose armor is looking real weak. Light him up. Not the best damage there, if I'm honest.
Solid connection on that one.
Okay. Next round. Do we want to just do this? Considering. I think we might be better off looking for a slightly safer location for the stealth. I mean, even getting a little aggressive up here wouldn't be the worst. Take it up to, like,
Moving
here.
fast.
Vigilance it, and then fire on that Hollander. Something like this. Just don't fire the heavy laser. That's a torso destruction on the Hollander, and a knockdown.
Critical hit, Commander.
And an ejection. I was hoping for that.
Yes, Commander.
At this point, the Clint moves in. Goes for the rear arc kill on the Wraith, I think. Actually, I kind of feel like his front armor is weaker. And that would mean that we're not going into the fire. Can we get away with that? I think we can. Do it.
On my way. Targeting physical
That's a
attack.
successful kick. We did miss the ERPPC, which is deeply unfortunate. Ferrofibrous destroyed there, an Engine XL crit into a knockdown.
Watch my heat levels.
I guess it'll do.
Ready to get it on.
So the Chameleon is, at this point, I think going to come in and finish off the Wraith.
On the move.
Yeah,
Roger.
that's a kill. Glorious.
Mech destroyed.
And all that's left now is the Viper. I'd like to position... These are all obstructed LOS, but that'll have to be okay. We can position here, fire the AC-20. Odds are kind of low. We did hit a couple of those. He moves now. Danger point is that he attacks the stealth with a melee attack. Oh, he's going for the Clint. And he didn't actually shoot there. So that's a knockdown on the Clint, but we accept that.
Standing by.
So this Centurion could actually get into LOS here.
Wilco.
Great. Light him up.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
That'll be a knockdown on their Viper. And now our Wolverine can close in a little bit here. Not fire the binary laser, but everything else.
Locked on.
And there we go.
Enemy down.
Let's get out of here. No major damage there. That was all armor there. A few pilot injuries from knockdowns from them charging us, but that's to be expected in all honesty. So the real question here, of course, is how many of those Ostrock parts can we salvage? As another chunk of heavy parts. But still no heavy. We only get the one part. Very sad. Well, there's a lot of good salvage in this one, so a Gauss rifle will be fine. Ooh. An improved heavy laser. We'll take that for sure. The plasma cannons, I'm kind of meh on, in all honesty. I don't think they're amazing. We'll take clan endosteel structure. I think we have regular endosteel structure already. Yeah, we have one, so I don't think I'll bother with that. We have 2 clan engine XLs already. A ballistic accuracy FCS is pretty solid. A clan heatsink kit is also very solid. We'll take that, and that looks good. That is a double Gauss ammo. Hopefully we get that in the roulette. We'll see. So, I mean, we did get a lot of parts there. Some medium lasers, an SRM-6, that's fine. A clan cockpit, we'll keep that around. Some basic cockpits, pass on that. Engine core 175, we've got one. 275 and 320, we do not. We did get the clan engine XL, we'll keep that around. We did get the multi-track FCS as well. A regular heatsink, we'll keep that around as well. AC5 ammo and safed SRM. So we didn't get the double Gauss ammo, but that's okay. No big deal. Only the one Ostrock part, unfortunately, but that is one more heavy part towards having a heavy mech. One of these days, we're going to get one, but it is not this day. While we're waiting for our damage assessment from Yang, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that after we know how long this is going to take to repair. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and let's take a look here. What's it going to cost, Yang? 44K? 8 days? Do it. It's not actually going to take 8 days, I can tell you that right now. Yeah, it's actually going to take 5. Sounds great. But it is time for that cut, so I'm going to put that in here, and I will see you all next time.